Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's me, Ben Daddy. Please don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be replacing a metal plate on this BMW X5 2008 V8. So right now I'm just working on getting all these wiring connectors out of the way so I can take out the fuel rail, and I also took out the throttle body right there. But the main thing is getting all these wire connectors out of the way so I can get this intake manifold out. So I just took out all the bolts, and the intake manifold is loose now. There was about 10 or 12 of those nuts. So right here guys, there's 3 connectors on the back of this intake manifold, and 2 of them looks pretty much the same. So make sure you mark one of them so that when you put it back on, you don't mix them up. So there it is guys, that's the metal plate that we will be replacing. As you guys can see, there's coolant everywhere right there. It's been leaking coolant because the seal is probably hardened. That's the fuel rail guys. There's the intake manifold. So to get that out, I'll be taking that pipe out of the way. In order to do that, there's 10 bolts that you gotta remove. So I'm gonna start with this 2 right here that holds that metal piping across. So gotta take the rest of the bolts out and then take out those wiring looms out of the way. So there it is guys, there's about 10 of those bolts all around. Actually I think 12 of those bolts. And there you go, that's the place that, I mean, that's the part that we're gonna be replacing. So right there guys, there's a clip that holds that metal piping across, and I just pull out that clip and then loosen it off, and there you go, it should come off easily. And there it is guys, that's coolant right there. And there's the metal plate guys. And there's the seal. it's all flat and it's probably hardened, so that's probably what is causing the leak. Because over time rubber seals harden and they become brittle. So that's the sleeve, guys, that goes to the water pump, and it doesn't look great either, so we'll be replacing that too. So right here I just have the sandpaper, and I'm just gonna clean the mating surface. Just give it a little bit of a sand, and then give it a wipe down all around so that the new rubber seal will sit nicely in place. So right here, guys, this is the fuel injectors on the fuel rail. So right now I'm just cleaning those O-rings because there's some dirt stuck in it, so I'm just cleaning it off right now. And then I will be putting a little bit of lubricant in it, so when I slap it back in, or I put it back in, it will slide easier into place. So that's the one I'll be using. Seal glide. Yeah, I just need a little bit just to get that O-ring nice and slippery. So you do that for all 8 of them. Sometimes if you just put it in dry and then you try to force it in, it might not seal properly, and then the fuel will leak. So right there, guys, there's like a black seal by that water pump, the one that the metal piping goes into. So I have like a little pick here, and I'm gonna pick that out. It's hardened already, so I don't want to take a chance and not replacing that, because it might end up leaking too. So while I'm in there, I might as well replace it. And as you guys saw, it's already brittle. It broke right away as soon as I tried to put a pick in there. There's the new seal, guys, and there's also the new sleeve. As you guys can see, there's a big difference in where the seal is, and there's the new one compared to the old one. So now it's just a matter of putting back everything together. Reverse removal procedure. So now I'm putting this new metal plate in, and I'm making sure that there's no wires pinched, because that would suck if you tighten it down and then there's a wire that that's pinched, and then you'd have to pull everything out. And there's the new seal. Make sure you put a little bit of lube into the pipe right there so that it'll slide in easier. And then you just push it back into place, guys. Like that. You'll see it snapping back into place. And then secure it with the 2 bolts. And then put it back into the hose and put the clip back in. You just push it down. So now I'm tightening the bolts for that plate. You don't want to over tighten, so if you guys are not comfortable, you can find the torque spec, but for me I just sort of torqued it by hand. I kind of know how to torque it now. And you always want to work yourself from the inside out. So right here, I'm taking out the seals for the intake plenum gaskets. They're also kind of brittle. There's 8 of them, so while I'm in there, I might as well replace them too. Yeah, this one you just gotta work yourself around it and try to push it in one by one. So there's the second one. Yeah, there's 8 of these ones, so just take your time. Make sure that everything is seated properly, because you also want a good seal on this intake plenum. So there it is, guys. They're all back in. So now make sure those 3 connectors are plugged back in before you tighten this intake manifold. Otherwise you're not gonna be able to reach it. So right here you just sort of slide it into place, and then there's 2 marks right there. Remember I told you to mark it because there's 2 similar connectors. So yeah, after those are plugged in, then you can put the intake manifold back into place. And there's studs, so you can line up the holes easily, just like that. It should just pop back into place easily. And again, you can find the torque specs for this, but I just tighten it by hand. So there's about 12 bolts, I believe, also on this, or 12 nuts, I should say. So I guess sort of tighten it, but not all the way with a electric ratchet, but then I tighten it by hand. So now I'm ready to put the fuel rail back in there. So that's where it'll be sliding into, those plastic the holes right there, and then that's why I pre-lubed it already so that it slides in easily. And as you guys can see, it's in. You saw the line up the holes, and then you just push it down, and then it should just click into place like that. Same on the other side. So the fuel rail is back in also. I believe this was 4 Torx bolt. So right here, there's a ground. Make sure you put that back in before you put the nut or the bolt. And there's also one on the other side. I believe that was an 8mm bolt. So right there is the fuel line. It just snaps back into place, and then there's a plastic tab to keep it from unlocking. It won't unlock, but it's a safety thing, so you just put it over the tab so that it won't slide out. And then make sure that all the connectors are back in. There's quite a few of them, so take your time. Now I'm putting back the throttle body. Again, I just draw it in with the electric ratchet, but I usually do my final tightening with my hands. So right there, guys, everything's almost back in. That's the bellows for the air filters. So now right here, I had to drain the coolant earlier, so now I'm just putting back the drain cock for the radiator. It's a Phillips to unscrew it, and then Phillips to screw it back in. And then I'll also be changing the oil on this. The oil is a cartridge, so I believe that was a 24 millimeter socket. There you go. Make sure you give it a good brake clean, and then put the metal skid plate back on, the undercover back on. So this one took about 8 liters of 5W30 Mode 2. And then make sure you top the coolant back up. There's your brake fluid if you need to add some. That's everything, guys. I'll see you guys in the road. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Vin Daddy. So right here we have a BMW X5 2008 4.4 liter V8. V8. As you guys saw, I just did I had to remove the intake manifold, and there was a plate on the bottom that holds coolant, and the seal was leaking, and you have to replace the whole thing. You can't just replace the seal. So that's what that metal part was. It was pretty labor intensive, but it wasn't too bad. The only thing was the wires. You had to get them out of the way in order to remove the intake manifold. Oh, look at the plane taking off. Anyways, this is gonna be a quick one, guys, because it's already 5 o'clock. I'm already off, so I'm just gonna show you guys quickly what this looks like. So that's the BMW X5 2008, guys. Alright, let's get back to driving. So yeah, I had to drain the coolant, so make sure you top up the coolant. And I also changed the oil on this. So once again, guys, 2008 BMW X5 4.4 liter V8. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning into my channel. Highly appreciated. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.